everyone. My name is Anupa. I'm from the Role Model Rebels. Today we have a fantastic speaker, Kristie Immanuel, who's the founder of Bitqueens and also is a remarkable educator. Hi, Kristie.
Hello, Anupa, and it's such a delight to be here. I'm happy to speak with you today about what I'm doing with Bitcoins and what's been happening in the Web3 space. So happy to be here.
Eh, Thank you so much. I was so inspired and amazed by your journey. So I'd like to start with, what inspired your journey into Web3 and how did it grow? What was the area of opportunity that you saw and what built your path to this?
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, again, my name is Kristie Immanuel. I'm a blockchain educator for women and the founder of Bitcoins, just like Anupa has said. I'm also a founding member for women in asset tokenization. And my journey all started 7 years ago when I first got introduced into blockchain. Someone, a friend, a family doctor, you know, told me about this event and I got interested, although I didn't know much about blockchain. In fact, it was my first time learning of this fantastic technology. So I was excited and I went for the event. And after that event, I was so fascinated about the possibilities that this technology can bring. Meanwhile, I've had my career as a classroom teacher. So I started off my journey as a classroom teacher in one of the primary schools here in Nigeria. So having attended that event, it sparked an interest in me to learn more about this technology. And that was when I started my journey. But along the line, 2 months into learning about this technology, I got involved in an investment, as it were, that didn't go well because it made me lose $1,000 of all my life savings. And that was really a trying time for me, very challenging, I must tell you, because at that point I was questioning my decision to continue and what exactly I was going to, be doing. Haven't had this kind of terrible experience, in my mind at the time. But some months went by and I was able to overcome that challenge and really decided to go all in and understand what this technology is about and start by educating myself and starting from the scratch. And that's how my journey picked. But, because at the first time I didn't know about communities to join, to support me in my journey, and the fact that I felt a bit overwhelmed because of how technical the space is, plus the fact that I didn't see much women in the space at the time, it kind of slowed down my journey until about 4 years into the space when I also got another opportunity to attend another event outside of my community. And in that event, something, spectacular happened. I mean, my eyes caught something that that really got me thinking. And that is having a hall full of people attending this blockchain event, let's say about 150 people, and just about 10 of them were women. And out of the 10, only about 4 of them were actually seated and listening and participating in the conversation. So at the end of the event, I'm asking myself, what's going on? Is it that women cannot be in these types of conversation? Is it that women do not have what it takes to participate? And then I had the time to network with these women who were, in this event. And 2 of them specifically told me that they didn't understand anything that was said. It sounded like Greek to them, because it was all technical and all that. Plus the fact that the other lady said she is really interested, one of the ladies I connected with, but she finds it difficult to, follow through because it feels overwhelming for her and she has not found any communities to join. So at that moment, it just dawned on me that this could actually be something I should be doing, because before now, I really wanted to support women. I love it, when it comes to conversations around women, how to support them, empowerment and things like that. But I really never figured how I should come in, how I should help, how I should support until this very defining moment. And after that conversation with these women, I went back resolved to build a community that will help women learn about blockchain, about crypto, and about Web3 in the simplest and most enjoyable way
Yeah.
possible. Because I know the struggles I had myself trying to demystify these concepts, these jargons and technical terms. It wasn't an easy journey. And then owing to my own background as a classroom teacher, I know I had one unique advantage, which is breaking down complex concepts into very simple explanations that women can take in bite sizes and run with it. So that's how the idea of creating Bitqueens came. But, I wasn't too sure of myself because I felt like I was just starting my journey as well. So it was a question of what do I even know? All that type of self-talk, doubts, and things like that. I was asking myself, did I have what it takes to lead? Can I even, do I know enough to share and things like that? So all this continued. That was around 2021. But fast forward to 2023, August was when I finally summoned the courage, picked myself up, and I launched Bitqueens. And since then, we've been helping women learn about blockchain and cryptocurrencies and about Web3 and how they can tap into this technology to empower themselves. There's a lot that is happening, and the gap that we experience in this space is such that you have about 15% of women or about 20% of women who are actually in the space. So you can see the gap, that this leaves us, right? And by the nature of blockchain, it provides a level playing field for everyone to participate. So why can't women also participate? So since launching Bitqueens, we've had training sessions, we've had opportunities to onboard more and more women into the space, and the journey, I must tell you, has been really exciting. So that's how it's been for me since launching, before my journey, and since launching Bitqueens.
That's really amazing, and I'm really glad you picked up some very relatable, aspects about, feeling overwhelmed, because, and it's so technology based, not knowing whether, this would be something that you could work with, and, and you've created something so powerful. So, according to you, in your perspective, why is this Web3, especially for women in Nigeria, important? Or globally, to bring this community of people learning, this learning together. I mean, what is it that you're seeing in this?
Okay, so one of the reasons I also started Bitcoins was because I realized that there was a huge gap when it comes to, Web3, blockchain, and, crypto for women, right?
Is this
Um,
only in terms of knowledge, or is it that there is a whole gender economic, which you were also touching upon earlier? Is that also a part of the driving force?
yes, it's all about, bringing women, because I understand that there is a huge gap. Like I said, the space is open to everyone, but you discover that women are still not as aware as they should be about what's going on in the blockchain space and in Web3 generally. So, when it comes to technology, it just appears that women are not as keen or as enthusiastic as you would expect, probably because of maybe cultural, some could even be economic reasons, and some could be not having the right information or really not understanding what the technology is about. So I guess that is also what we are experiencing with blockchain, especially for women in Nigeria, where you have different barriers like women not even having access to financial tools, right? There are women who do
Mm.
not even have a means of identification. And because they do not have a means of identification, they cannot even access certain facilities, financial facilities in their own communities. And so for Nigeria and of course beyond and other countries within Africa, you have these types of challenges. But the most pressing need is the fact that there is this knowledge gap women don't really understand, not because that women don't have what it takes to contribute to this technology or to this space. It's just the fact that they do not have the knowledge, a knowledge gap. I mean, no access to understanding really what this technology is about. So for us, our idea of creating a community was to help women, understand what blockchain is, to demystify Web3 for them and show them that they don't even need to have a technical background. They don't need to be a tech person to participate in this space. So Bitqueen was born as a community-driven platform to provide, relatable step-by-step education and supportive network where women can feel supported, can feel encouraged to begin to explore all the endless opportunities that this space can bring. Of course, economic reasons are also important. Women are out of jobs, those who went to school and have gotten, their degrees or have gotten certain certification, but, no jobs to absorb them. Blockchain provides the opportunity for women to, come in and become financially included and become financially empowered. So all these things are the reasons behind how we are building Bitqueens, to give women access to knowledge, to help them understand this technology, to see that they don't really need to be tech, savvy, as it were, or have a tech background before they can begin to leverage this technology. Their already existing skills can also be brought into the space to help them create wealth or build wealth in ways that were initially out of reach for them.
Okay, that's fantastic because I think education can, change the way that, we actually perceive ourselves and our environment. And through education, you couldn't even imagine that you could manifest, in that sense, because it gives you the power to do so much. So in the program that you've created in Bitqueens, are there any special or any key features in the program that you would like to share with us, or any kind of like resource or methodology that you're particularly using that, is something that especially resonates with, with the community that you have? I know that, you were talking about, let's say, use cases. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Okay, so what we've done with our programs in Bitcoins is to create these weekly learning sessions where women can learn every week at their own pace, in bite sizes. So we have these training sessions tailored towards, you know, beginners and those who are intermediate in their journeys. We also have opportunities to interact in our, exclusive community, which we are building, on WhatsApp. But of course, hoping to have our own custom community or a more Web3 friendly platform where women can interact, and also see how the Web3 ecosystem works. So through these programs, we have training sessions, hands-on demonstration, and demonstrations that relate to how these things can, women can
Mm.
interact with it in the real world. So it's not just about education alone. We do these experimentations as well and show them how these things work real life. And of course, they can leverage it. For instance, we go through, let's say, how to create a wallet. Why is this important? It's important because women do businesses across the globe. There are women who would even have the opportunity to do business with other women across the globe. But one of the challenges that some of these women might face is not being able to send or receive money from people abroad. So let's say you have women who are into dressmaking, for instance. They want to export their, fine dresses that they make, Nigerian wears, and all that. But one of the challenges that women face, and I know they still continue to face as challenges, is how do I receive value or receive money for the product I'm trying to export.
Yeah.
Sometimes they go to the banks, the traditional banks, and the fees they have to pay or the charges they have to
Yeah.
pay, is so much that it takes a large chunk out of what they will receive. And so creating a wallet, learning how to create your own wallet makes it easy because with just in just few minutes, you're able to create a wallet, which means your own personal account, as it will, as it were, what it will be in the traditional sense. And you are able to exchange value with another woman just, in matter of seconds. The person sends you USDT, for instance, or any crypto, and you receive it right in your wallet in seconds without wasting.
In seconds, yes.
Yes, so this is a typical use case, real life use case that women can relate to, right? There are other ways that women can, we help women leverage this technology. For instance, women are writers. There are some of them who are artists who have these skills and they can bring it onto the blockchain space. And all we do is let them understand how Web3 works or blockchain works, and then they can plug in their skills and start writing for blockchain companies, writing for Web3 businesses and things like that. This is a real use case of how women can already start leveraging the technology. So these are some of the things we do. Of course, there are women who are investors, right? They have the money, but they're looking for how they can participate in other opportunities. What we do is to educate them to know how to go about it. Of course, to also learn how to manage their risks so that, they are not falling victim of, any bad actors or anything like that in the space. So the education we are providing these women is not just, something, it's not like having a book that you leave in the shelf. It's something that allows you to take actionable step and actually feel the impact of being in the Web3 space. And we've covered a lot of topics ranging from starting afresh as, learning how to create a wallet, learning how to use a centralized finance, for instance, learning about NFTs, learning about decentralized finance, which is basically how women can leverage financial tools just like we do in the traditional system. So this decentralized finance allow them, access to those things, like taking loans from, decentralized platforms without even having collateral, because this is another
Yeah,
challenge that
that's one
women
of the biggest
face.
issues. Yeah.
Women have businesses or business ideas, but no one is funding them, no one is supporting them. So coming into the space and understanding how this works gives them the ability to leverage all these opportunities. So we are giving these women hands-on experience, one they can actually put into use and start making a difference in their lives.
Fantastic. I think, relatable, transferable skill sets is a key to a success to a business, or a program, because that's what you are providing to your members, and therefore they are taking that back. So, can you share any of your, let's say, successes or things that you've learned from while being in this journey that you'd like to share?
Yes, like I said at the beginning, it's been an exciting journey. Although for me, when it started, I already shared how, I started the journey and how I lost some money at first. And
Yeah.
in hindsight, I am so happy for that experience because it is what has led me down the path on which I am. And if I didn't have that experience, maybe if I didn't learn about blockchain or didn't know anything about it, maybe I will not be here today talking to you or telling you how we've been able to support women in our communities and all that. So it's been an exciting journey for me. And one of the things I've learned is that when you start out on this journey, no one hands you over any map or tells you, it gives you a guideline. It's something that you just walk right into it and then you start learning. So there's been opportunities for me to learn. Most of the things I know, of course, has been from my personal, studies, but having this community has even, opened my eyes the more and helped me learn even the more. Because what we do is to guide these women, to show them what's happening in this space, to help them make sense of what's going on. And being on that
Yeah.
journey has also equally helped me expand my, my reach, my thoughts, my experiences, dealing with women from different parts of the world, connecting with them, hearing their stories, sharing their wins with you, and of course, also sharing your own sharing their challenges as well with you has really made it very relatable. I can tell you yesterday, we were on our session and one woman, she is just joining us for the first time. And she was expressing how happy she is to be in our community and having joined us for some months. She has not attended. And that yesterday she decided to attend. And she said she didn't know what she's been missing all this while for not joining this session. And she told her story of how she lost money, how she, just joined the community and they took some money from her and all that. But seeing what we're doing here, how we're focusing on education and how it feels like she wants to start all over again, was really heartwarming getting all that feedback. So it tells you that there are women who are having similar challenges as you have had, and that you're using your own personal experience to help them. The feeling is really very fulfilling and very, very empowering and very encouraging. So I continue
That's
to
great
do this.
advice that
Yeah.
and what, yeah, I mean, yeah, please, what other advice would you give women who are entering Web3?
Yes, I will advise them to first of all know why they're coming into this space. One of the challenges we have is the mindset with which people join the space. For some people is the fact that, like now we know that the prices in the cryptocurrency markets have been on the rise due to a number of factors, the bull run, the Trump effect, and things like that. Plus the fact that people just conclude that, it's a misconception actually that crypto is a get rich quick scheme.
Yeah,
So they
cash
neglect,
grab.
yeah, they neglect the fact that, you have to come in and start learning. So the advice I'll give to women who are looking to join this space is to first of all know why you're coming in this space and to set your mindset straight. Education is always the first step if you are looking to come into the space. And communities will help. You can't learn it alone. You can't do it alone. Community will support you. It will help fast track your journey. It will help you, stay inspired and stay, motivated. Because like I said, when I first started, it was not easy. I didn't find any communities to join at the early stages. And it was overwhelming. At some point, I felt like giving up or not continuing. But if you join communities, you are able to relate with other people. You just like being, in a group of people who are going the same direction with you or have the same mindset with you. It makes the journey easier. And when you get into communities, please stay active, ask questions, participate in conversation. There is no how you will participate in conversations that you will not learn. Ask questions. Another challenge is that women are a bit skeptical. They are not sure if they're actually learning or, they don't want to join conversation because they feel like maybe if they ask a question or join the conversation, they might appear like they're not learning or even appear like that they are not able to express themselves. But don't put any pressures on yourself at all. The space is evolving, and that means that we have the chance to evolve with it as well, to grow with it as well. So there are no pressures, just take it in your strides. And I'm sure if you do all this, it will be easy. Of course, identify the area you want to play in, because
Yeah.
there are different areas in blockchain. There is, trading, there is investing, there is staking, there is DeFi, all kinds of areas that you can really focus on. So the thing is, identify where your strength lies. What skills do you have? And what area can you transfer those skills to? That way, it makes it less overwhelming and makes it even more enjoyable, because you're not starting on ground zero. You're not starting on level zero. There's an experience you have. All you just need to do is to, complement it with your understanding of blockchain, and you can start creating value right away. So that would be my advice for women looking to join the space.
Great, Christy. I think that's so encouraging, especially when it comes from an expert like you, and to for women who are either who are starting, who are already intermediate or advanced. The learning never stops. So that goes to my last question: is that how do you see this evolving in the future for women? Yes, they will be empowered by the education, but how do you see them really taking control of how this education works for them?
That's for women, you ask?
Yes.
Okay, so I've always known that women have this perspective to things, right? And it's important that women begin to participate in this space, because I know that women are great community builders. Just like the way women are able to coordinate the family, we are the ones taking charge, controlling things, doing things, So I feel like these skills are natural to women. While we may not have much of them who are in the very technical areas, which I actively, encourage and advocate for women to come into, this space. I believe that the world of Web3 is for women. The future is for women in this space. So I encourage them to come out and lead and build and, be part of what is going on in this space. The field is a level playing one. The future of blockchain has gone beyond finance. It has become the future of empowerment. It has become the future of financial inclusion. And for me, I feel like women have all that it takes to make a difference in this space. But it starts with, education, bringing in yourself in the space, joining a community where you get to understand what Web3 is. For instance, Web3 is about decentralization, giving you the power to own your data, to build wealth in your own on your own terms. So I see women doing great things, innovating, creating, big solutions, because women are scattered in different industries, and blockchain application is finding use cases in different areas and industries. So if we create more awareness about this technology, and women bring the skills that they already have from these different, industries, we are seeing an industry that will explode in no time, with different solutions, with different innovations, and all this coming from women, because women pay attention to details. They have very unique perspective. And the main thing about this space, which is about community, is something that women are very good at. So I believe that women can bring their strength of, community, their strength of unique perspective, their strength of paying attention to details, to bring about a more robust ecosystem, one that, women will be proud of, building. So that's my take on that.
Thank you so much, Christy. I think this was very it was a great conversation because we saw different perspectives of, how education can, drive, learning, in innovation, strategy, outcomes, and I think at the end of the day, there are a lot of things that people can take back from this conversation that we've had. um, so the next thing is that how do people get in touch with you? We'll be putting all of this up on the website, but tell us how they can get in touch with you.
Tarupa, are you still there? I lost you for a few seconds.
Yeah, yeah, I'm still there. Oh, I thought you had frozen. Um,
Yeah.
okay. So, Christy, how do we get in touch with you?
Okay, so I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn, very active on LinkedIn. And also, if you want to reach out to me, you can write me, emmanuelchristie@gmail.com. I'm sure all this will be displayed so that they can have access to uh, writing or communicating. But I'm mostly active on LinkedIn, and anyone can reach me on my handle, my profile, and
Okay.
my profile link. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for having this conversation.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure sharing and being part of the Role Model Rebels.
Yes, we are really proud to have you as our rebel, for sure.